All right. Wow, things are going on time, which is a miracle for the blues, but here we go. I first met George at a little hole in the wall called the living room. Very favorite place for blues musicians to hang out. Wonderful little old place, and George came up to jam. First time we had seen him, and it was really evident that something special was going on there. And my wife Carol and I just sort of fastened onto George almost immediately. And I believe Carolyn even talked to his wife Vanessa later on that day. But then a little later, we went to another little club called the Menlo, run by a very dear guy called Gary Dapp Gibson. I don't know if you knew Gary, but George was there playing, and lo and behold, Retha and Bobby were in the room. I guess they had sniffed out that something was going on there with this George Van Wagner character, and they came back a couple of times, and pretty soon we started seeing George appearing with Bobby over in Long Beach at the Seabird, and they were tearing it up, man. They would play and play. They would play so much, I just wouldn't want them to stop playing. I would always be disappointed when the last song came. So, and George has been with Bobby all these years and really serving as a musical director. And when Bobby had that devastating stroke, which was really a severe stroke, it wasn't minor, it wasn't mild, it was severe. Bobby was flat on his back, and I believe he came close to death more than once. And George was there. George was always there to help. As Bobby regained his health and his musical chops, and even when the rest of us musicians started coming around, George was there. And Bobby would not be here if it wasn't for George. Of course, he wouldn't be here because of Retha either, but as far as covering the musical aspect of it, George brought Bobby back, I believe, and we're very grateful for George to returning, our mentor and our friend, and this great musical gift to the music community of Los Angeles. So thank you, George, so much for this gift you have brought us. And on behalf of the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center, we are presenting George with this certificate of commendation. It's headed Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center, has Barbara Morrison's seal on it, certificate of commendation to George Van Wagner, blues and jazz musician, presented by the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center, First Thursday Blues, and all of his bandmates for outstanding work as a musical director, guitarist, and vocalist for Bobby Hurricane Spencer and the Vista Street Blues Project, and has the gold seal of Barbara on the bottom. So George, from us here at the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center, and from me personally, thank you so much. This is our token of thanks to you.
Thank you, Michael, and everybody. I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm incredibly blessed to have fallen amongst this group of people associated with the Morrison and with Babe and Ricky's and with the whole South LA blues scene. I had kind of stopped playing for a while until we went back to the living room that first time, which is actually the first time I met Bobby, was at the living room. And I remember playing and kind of advancing on him with the guitar, and he looked like, oh my God, what's this white boy doing? But we worked it out. So it's just been an honor and a distinct pleasure to have worked with Bobby for all these years, and here's to many more.
I'm so happy to see George Van Wagner honored tonight. George, I went looking for a guitar player, but I found much more. Because you, George, you're more than an incredibly talented guitar player, more than a dedicated musical director, more than the one who keeps me on the right page, more than one who keeps me in the right key, more than a font of knowledge, more than a creative musician with a weird Velcro brain, more than a sidekick, more than a friend. I thank you for being all this and more. I want to present you with this Hurricane Award.
I just don't have the words. It's, you know, it's been, playing with Bobby has been a real privilege. It's from early on, many, many years ago. My first real gig was with the late Eddie Hogman Kirkland, who had been Hooker's guitar player back in the late 40s. And I learned a lot about the blues from him, and I've learned a lot about the blues from Bobby. And it's kind of overwhelming. We better start before I start crying.